everyone, and welcome back to my channel and to another holiday card series video. Today we are continuing using pattern paper I love using pattern paper just because it's so easy, it's mindless. I don't have to think of color combinations. I know that if I stick with anything in that paper pad, it's all meant to go together. So that really is one tip to making mass production go a little bit quicker for you. What I have done here, I've done quite a few things off screen already. I made my card bases, which are 3.5 by 8.5, and that's just HAMMERMILL cardstock. I have this stamp, die, and foil plate set and stencils. This is called Ornaments. This is from Pinkfresh Studio. And then I'm using these ornament toppers here. I think this is from a Lawn Fawn set, and it goes with these kind of stitched ornament layers. But any ornament die you have would work. You can even skip the topper part if you want to. I went to my stash and picked out between 6 and 8 different patterns of paper. I chose patterns that were smaller scale just because these ornaments are smaller. And I went and die cut them out. This die cuts out 10 ornaments of various shapes and sizes all at once, which is fantastic. That's one of the reasons why I chose it, and that is another tip to make things go a lot faster when you are mass producing, is to use things that cut out multiple steps. So this die, like I said, cuts out everything in one go. I went to my stash again and found this is a Cardstock Warehouse colored cardstock here, and I used some Distress Mica stain in the color Holly Branch. When I layered that over this kind of red cardstock, it almost looked gold. In the bottle it looks very green, but when I spritz it onto this red panel here, it looks golden. I went and so the ornaments were cut from Evergreen Greetings from Paper Studio, and then the ornament toppers were also cut out of gold Paper Studio cardstock. My sentiments come from that same ornaments set from Pinkfresh Studio, and that I'm going to end up cutting that. Sorry, I'm outside doing this voiceover, and there's like a hornet like stalking me, and I'm kind of scared because those things hurt. Anyway, what I've done is the larger scripty sentiments actually have coordinating dies. So I'm going to take some Simon Says Stamp Cabernet ink, and I am going to go ahead and lay the negative piece. I went and die cut all of my sentiments out. I'm making 12 cards today, but only one on screen. And I went ahead and cut all of these sentiments out from just HAMMERMILL white cardstock. I figured that would give me the most contrast and make those sentiments the most visible. And what I'm doing is I went ahead and laid the negative piece inside, and then I'm taking the stamp and I laid it inside that open area so I could ensure that I had everything kind of lined up. Now I'm going to go ahead and piece the positive pieces back in, and then I'm going to stamp them. And this just ensures that I can get things kind of even and level and aligned correctly. And I have recently given all of my ink pads a spa day, so this only really needed one stamping. The pattern paper is much thinner. It's almost like a copyweight paper. And so when I was gluing that down, I used a dry adhesive. That's from AdTech. I get that off of Amazon. But for the sentiments, that is, HAMMERMILL cardstock. That's my normal cardstock, so it's much thicker. And I am going to use some liquid glue to adhere that down. This inspiration came from something I saw on Pinterest. They labeled all of their ornaments were the same shape, but they did use pattern paper, and they did white kind of splatters in the background to look more like snow. I chose to go with gold, and obviously all of these different shapes just because I could cut them all out in one pass, like I mentioned before. So I'm just going to use my tweezers just to kind of give me a better handle on where to, so I can see a little better on where I'm going to adhere these sentiments down. And then these cards will be complete. You could go much fancier with this and add embossing or embellishments. You could draw in like ornament strings. Mine are kind of floating. Maybe they're laying on a table. We'll say they're laying on a table. So you could either draw strings, or you could use twine or embroidery floss to create the strings, whatever floats your boat. But I just chose to kind of leave them like this. And this is super flat, very easy to mail, and this does not require extra postage. So I hope you felt inspired. I hope you will stick around for the remainder of the card series. And if you missed any, I hope you'll go back and check them out. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.